Good morning, everybody. I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to jump on today because I personally had the scare of my life when I walked out this morning and I saw my kitchen clock at an hour later, but I knew I was right because I set my phone on my iPhone, my alarm. Good morning, it's Lisa Copeland. It is Sunday, November 4th, and this is 15 Minutes of Fierce. And of course, my tribe is jumping on. Michael and Nigel and Edwin and Melissa and Michelle and William and David. How are you guys this morning? Good morning. Okay, and just with the show of hands out there, did anybody else get like spooked by the clock this morning with this whole fall back, fall forward, whatever? You know, we spring in the spring and fall back in the fall. But you go out and you look at all the clocks in my kitchen and they say that it's an hour later than what it is. Rich, good morning. Anthony says, let's roll. Yes. Okay, you guys know and I actually wrote down my speaking schedule so that we can cover that by the end of the show, so I can tell you what cities I'm going to be in the next 3 weeks, in case I can connect with any of you out there. I feel a little overexposed this morning with the lighting, but okay, let's jump into it. I want to talk about, I love acronyms, right? You know, we're always doing acronyms. I think in the world of texting and in the world of what we do, you know, we're trying to get to the point as quick as possible. Hi, Trendy. Hey, Melissa. So I have a new acronym for you guys, and it's ICICICDA. ICICICDA. And it's I came, I conquered, I can do anything. And why do I bring that up? You know, I think one of the scariest things that I've ever done personally, and you guys are going to laugh, but it was doing a zip line in Costa Rica. I mean, so first of all, let me take you back. I had, for like 6 weeks, I had fallen down on the trail. And so I had caught myself falling down and with my right arm. And I had my cell phone in it. And I fell so hard, it didn't even smash the cover of my cell phone, but it smashed the internal components of my cell phone. So I got a frozen shoulder. I mean, I couldn't move. I was just like, ugh. I mean, I was the biggest baby in the history of the world. And I did massage, I did everything. And until I finally broke down and had a cortisone shot, I was immobilized. 8 weeks, right shoulder. Anyways, the worst thing ever. Hey guys, Trendy, Allison, good morning, my sweet girl. Max, Mabel, Adam, good morning. So I'm talking about where I came up with ICICICDA, my acronym, ICICICDA. And it was the scariest experience of my life, which was ziplining in Costa Rica. So we get all the way to the top and I'm like a wounded bird and I'm sitting there kind of whining at my husband. I'm like, this is terrible. I can't do this. They had to like do the harness a special way because I couldn't grab, I'm right-handed. I couldn't grab with my right hand. So I had to do it with my left hand. And all of a sudden I'm like, and how many of these zips are there? And they're like, oh, we're going to do like 7 of them through the jungle. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I signed up for? Have you ever felt like that? That you're like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then you get there and you're like, holy crap, what have I just done? So of course my weak side is much weaker than my right side. I am terrified of heights. I'm terrified. You know, I like to drive fast cars. I kind of did a little bit of that when I was in the car business, but I don't like being out there on a harness in Costa Rica, zipping through jungles, I don't know, God knows how many feet above the ground. And so the first one goes and I'm just like, oh, I mean, I am trembling, I'm shaking, I'm almost in tears. Like I almost cry talking about it. And so I get to the first side and I'm like, okay, I survived. Anyways, by the 5th zip, I was like, okay, I came, I conquered, and I can do anything. So do you know what I did the next day, which I would have never done if I would not have conquered the zip lines? Went white water rafting at like a level 5. So that wasn't just the little baby currents that you're just kind of rolling through in Costa Rica. No, we're talking white water rapids. And I think I was the only one who did not fall out of our raft. Seriously. I mean, it was insane. So I've always said that to myself. When I push myself to do something that is way out of my comfort zone, I try to push myself to do something very similar, very soon afterwards. Do you guys do that? So that is just my little, I came, I conquered, I can do anything speech. And every one of you can do the same thing. Kathy, good morning. Laura, a little scary, I'm sure. Well, then y'all, when I was whitewater rafting, I told you I'm right-handed. So this shoulder is like just literally frozen up. I mean, I couldn't move it. I couldn't raise it. This is as far as I could raise my hand. It was just terrible. Ladies, try zipping up a dress or something. Impossible. And as much as I travel, I'd have to go out to meeting planners and I'd be like, I have a jacket on, but I'm really not going to wear the jacket as this dress. Can we go in the back and can you zip me up? I mean, it was terrible. So anyways, so I was trying to whitewater raft with my left hand, because the guy and my whitewater team did not want to hear that I was wounded, because they're like, if you're wounded, then you shouldn't be on the raft, right? But I came, I conquered, I can do anything. And, and that's just something that I absolutely believe. Craig Lockhart is in the house. I just saw that. Danelle, hello. Oh, Dina, good, hello. Michelle, Craig, Ari, how are you guys? So anyways, I was just talking about, what do we do to push ourselves out of our comfort zone sometimes? And sometimes it's because of an injury, right? I mean, I got to tell you, whether I would have had frozen shoulder or not, I was not excited about getting on that zip line, except that I'm married to Evel Knievel. So, he's like wants to hang from the trees anytime we go anywhere. And that's so out of my comfort zone. It's not what I really love to do. But once you do something, once you push yourself out of that comfort zone, once you show yourself that you came and you conquered, you start having that belief that you can do anything. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do to push yourself out of that comfort zone so that you believe that you can do anything? I'll tell you another time I pushed myself out of my comfort zone is when I quit a very high-profile job. I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to be stuck behind those four walls anymore. I didn't want to work 6 days a week anymore. I wanted to go do what I know that I was put on this earth to do. And that was to inspire people. That was to be up on stage and talk to people. Tell people about every fall I've taken in life. To tell people that they can be anything that they want to be. That is my burning desire in life, is to help people be all that they can be. Every day. Unapologetically fierce. 365 days a year. I read a great quote yesterday when I was working on all my stuff I'm going to speak at. And let me find it here. I write down everything, you guys, if you guys haven't figured that out about me. And it says, it's only failure if you go home. It's only failure if you go home. You've only failed if you quit. You've only failed if you've gone home. Melissa, good morning. Mabel. And Michelle says, amen. When you walk away from a 6-figure check to allow your passion, it's terrifying. It was. Mabel says, fall down 9 times, get up 10. Anthony says, amen, Lisa. Positivity affecting the lives of others. Yeah, Anthony, I'm really, really loved what you posted the other day. And in fact, so much so that it sent me on as I'm working on all of these decks for all of these speeches that I'm giving. And I always try to change it up, because you never ever know that sometimes I have dual audiences, right? Because some of the events I'm speaking at are public, meaning that you guys can buy tickets and come. Some of them are private. That means I'm hired by corporations to come in, and so they're not open to the public. But I saw this. It said, don't drink the haterade. Using criticism as an advantage. Don't feed the trolls. You are not a jackass whisperer. Don't feed the trolls. You're not a jackass whisperer. And I love, Anthony, what you said about, especially in the auto industry, but I know it goes on in every industry, that there are people out there and they're young in the business, and I don't care what industry you're in. There are people out there that are just trying to make a living. And then we have the ones who've been in the business a lot longer, and they're not encouraging them, and they're making fun of them, and I'll tell you guys what happened to me when I was selling cars. I mean, I was the only woman in 90 salespeople. This was back in the 80s. This was in Dallas. They put a baby alligator on my life. It's in my book. A baby alligator about this big in my desk. And yes, it was alive. They went and they bought it. That's how bad they wanted me to go. And what they didn't realize is I had a terrible fear of alligators. That's something that my dad used to like to scare me with. To be funny, it's like, the alligator's going to get you. And I'd be like, ah. Ever since I was like 2 and 3 years old. And then I come into work one day, and my office was all the way at the end of the hall. All the offices were glass. I come into work one day, I open my desk drawer, and it's like laying dormant in my desk, but that sucker is alive. And I just remember running into the bathroom because my office was in the very back. I ran in the bathroom and I just cried my eyes out. And back then I just didn't have the coping skills that I have now. God help them now. Somebody would have stuck that in my desk. But when you're that young, and all I could think about, Anthony, and I thought about this yesterday when I was watching your live, all I could think about was, really? Those guys were such haters and they were such bullies that a young 20-something-year-old girl who was just trying to make a living, that they couldn't support me. There was one man that supported me there, and his name's Ernie Bays. And do you guys know he's still alive? He's 90-something years old, and we still keep in touch with him. So there was one man there that helped me, and the rest of them wanted to get rid of me, and they were so mean to me. And if I didn't need that job so bad, and I didn't need it for the job as much as I needed it for the car to drive, the demo. Anyways, not to go off on that this morning, but I would have left, and that would have been the end of what I think has been a really good career. So, don't be one of those haters. Do not drink the haterade. Don't do it. And don't feed the trolls. You're not a jackass whisperer. So when you see it going on and you see the bullying going on, go up and encourage that person. Say, you know what? You're here because you're supposed to be. Or when you see somebody doing something so out of their comfort zone, say, you know what? I have a really good acronym for you. ICICICDA. I came, I conquered, I can do anything. Because once you've done that, once you have came and you have conquered and you can do anything, then guess what? There will be nothing that holds you back ever in life and in business. And as promised, I want to tell you guys where I'm going to be in the next few weeks. I wrote it all down. I made a slide on it, in fact. So if any of you guys are in town, here we go, speaking. How about the speaking slide? Okay, so here you go. November 7th, I'm in Dallas. It's a private event, so that probably won't work. November 8th and 9th, I'm in Houston. It's a public event. It's the Habitude Warrior Conference. I'm going to put up a link where you guys can buy a ticket. It's a great event. There's 32 of us speaking, TED style. November 11th through 13th, I'll be in Las Vegas at Planet Hollywood Coliseum speaking for FCA. If you're in the car business, maybe I could get you in. I have been hired by FCA to come in and open and close their Western Region Conference. November 15th, I'm in New York City. November 16th through 18th, I'm in Atlantic City speaking at a private event. November 19th through 24th, I'm in San Francisco speaking at 2 private events. And November 8th, I'm in New York City speaking at a public event called Ladies Get Paid, which is ladiesgetpaid.com, which I'm super excited about. And that is a public event. So I will post those. So Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, New York City, Atlantic City, San Francisco, and back to New York City in the next 30 days. So you guys will be seeing me do shows from a lot of crazy hotel rooms. That's for darn sure. All right, well, we are coming to the end of our time. Linda Lattimore, there are only 6 women in my law school class. I've always been the only woman in the C-suite, so I appreciate the feelings. Linda, who's a top-notch attorney, have you ever put an alligator in your desk? I put the story in my book, and I didn't want to give the guys the space in the book, but it's so true. Nigel, step out of your comfort zone. Ari, when are you coming to Colorado? I don't have a Colorado date yet. Get me a speaking gig. Mabel, oh my God, I would love to see you if you're in New York City. I will be in New York City. So Mabel, that is the 15th. I'm kind of in and out on the 15th, but the 8th to Ladies Get Paid. Go to ladiesgetpaid.com. Mabel, it's a public event. You can buy a ticket. I think they've sold over 700 tickets so far. It's going to be great, and we're showing women that they deserve to get a paycheck. Ooh, love this stuff. Laura Berman, we are truly blessed to see you, Lisa, speak at Hustle and Grind. If you have the opportunity, please do. And Anthony will see me, Anthony and Craig, because Craig hired me to come speak at the AutoMax event. So I'm super excited to speak with a bunch of industry heroes of mine. All right, everybody, it is Sunday, and it is November 4th, and we are at the end of our time. Everybody make sure your clocks are set appropriately so you don't mess up your day. And I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you again tomorrow on 15 Minutes of Fierce with Lisa Copeland. So go out today, get fierce, go out of your comfort zone. And if you can do it, if you can conquer, you can do anything you want in life. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Bye-bye.